Hey guys, welcome back. So this is gonna be our last episode, and like I mentioned last time, we're gonna be going over development of our website. Last time we talked about doing our higher end mockups so we can present how the site's gonna look and walk you through it and get all that stuff approved. Now we're gonna look into developing the site. And for the time's sake, I'm just gonna be doing the homepage, walk you through that, develop it, and then do just some temporary art direction. And this won't be a final one we'll launch, but this is just to show you our process for building websites. Okay, so for this project, we're going to be using Webflow, and typically we use Webflow for most of our work here for web design now. It allows us to design a lot faster, so we can kind of design like how we would if we're designing a house. I can do everything I need to do in clicks instead of having to type out code. So I can click and create something a lot faster than it would take for me to type. So it's just a lot more efficient way for me to do it. I can still take the code out of there, and then if I need to code for something unique, I can do that as well. And I've done that before in just a few projects, but I think this gives us the most bang for our buck and our time, and it benefits both us and our end user. So here we'll be looking at how we design in Webflow. Okay, so here in Webflow, we always start off with our blank page, and then we get into creating our style guide first. So the style guide really lets us have control over what we're doing and making sure everything matches and aligns, and we're not getting all these crazy tags all over the place. That would suck. And then that's how we create a really hectic website. So when we're trying to edit it later on, all this stuff just goes wrong. We want to keep everything nice and minimal and keep it from getting confusing, because that can make it harder for anyone else who has to try to get on the project other than the designer themselves. So here we're kind of roughly following the layout we did with the mock-up, if you remember that. So we're going to go to our heading, then go to a little bit about us, and then our process, and then our services, call to action, and then our footer here on our homepage. And then while I'm doing this, I can also design for mobile too, because mobile is a really important part of design, probably almost more important than desktop now, because of the way Google ranks it and how many people use their phones to try to find a site. And here you can really see how fast I can design when clicks instead of trying to type out code. It'd be really boring for you to just watch code happening, but I can still bring out all that code like if I need to, like how I explained earlier. And so this is kind of the process that we're going through for every page here, but again, this is going to be the home page only. So here later on too, as you can see, I kind of went with the second version of like a hero part, the header. I just wanted to go back kind of like towards the original concept I had. I tried a new one and I didn't really like it, so I went back to the original one. And then you can see here, I'm also designing it for mobile, making sure it works on both parts. So all of our sites are responsive that we do. And then so once that design is done, I will launch it here on a test link. And then you can see how now the site is displayed on desktop once it's done. So this test link is something I can use to send to a client or someone who wants to review the site. You can send them this test link and just kind of get approvals and stuff, and not have to really come in and sit face to face all the time. But our test link is fully functional here, and this only contains the home page, but just showing you kind of how our process goes. So hopefully you kind of got a little bit out of that and got an idea of how we work and what we typically do in our designs here. So we'll go through this for every other page. We'll finish it out, test it a little bit, make sure there's no bugs or anything like that. Make sure the speed is right for SEO purposes, all that good stuff. But this is how we develop it, get it ready to launch, and all that other good stuff. Thanks for tuning in on our 3-episode web design series here. And again, I'm Josiah, and this is kind of how we do our website stuff.